How's it going, guys? My name is Zach with the Movie Castle, and today I'm really excited. We're going to be talking about an all-new #1, and that is Door to Door, Night by Night. This is written by Cullen Bunn with art by Sally Cantirino, and this was put out by Nightfall Comics, which is a horror imprint of Vault Comics. I really do like whenever you see a comic book company say, hey, we're gonna take the time and make a horror-specific imprint. That's always really cool, and you want to do a line of horror comics, always a great idea to get Cullen Bunn involved. Cullen Bunn, a really great horror author. You guys may know him for The Empty Man and Harrow County, but he worked with Nightfall before on the book The Last Book You'll Ever Read, which was pretty entertaining. I need to cover it on this channel soon. But I saw this sitting on the shelves. I always try to look through the new series, see who wrote them, kind of get an idea what they might be like. And when I saw an all-new Cullen Bunn book, yeah, you know I snatched that up. And overall, this is a pretty good and interesting book. No major spoilers, but it's about this hitchhiking woman, and she gets picked up by a car full of door-to-door salesmen. They're selling coupons to help out firefighters, and they're going door-to-door when eventually they uncover something more mysterious, something horrific within small-town America. You can say that they eventually go to the wrong door. And I don't want to spoil too much of the horror beyond that. This is one that really does like to play off its twist, but a really fun book. Almost reminded me of something like Stephen King. This is set in the 1980s. This is set in rural America, and, well, not really rural, more like suburban, I guess. But it's, you know, small town America, a dark secret lurking just beneath the surface, and really good, likable characters. And that's something I really feel is one of the book's biggest strengths, is we're just in issue 1, and I already feel like I know these characters pretty well, and kind of how they play off of each other, which is really great. You get one guy who was a former science teacher, yet no one thinks he's particularly smart, and they wonder how he got that job and how did he leave it. And all the characters, they have a past. You know, they say that if you're doing this job, you were something before, and then your life changed and you wound up here. There's a guy who was a minister, but he developed a drinking problem. A girl that was in college, but she needed money, and she thinks she'll go back someday, but who knows? These people are all kind of, you know, rejects from society. They spend their day working, and then they go to the bar and spend all their money and need to go out again to get more, you know? So it is kind of these characters just kind of drifting through life, and they all have different personalities that agree with each other and clash with each other, and makes for a good team there. And I really do want to see more stories with them. Overall, this was a good setup, and I can definitely see how it would go in the future. And obviously, with a setup, it's hard to judge what the rest of the series will be like, but it looks like it's on a good path, and I really do want to see what's going to happen to these characters next. So overall, definitely would recommend it. If you guys like things like Stephen King, this has some really interesting ideas and good characters, so I am waiting to see what issue 2 holds for us. Overall, I definitely like it. Anyway, if you guys want to see a little bit more of this book, I'm going to switch to the close-up camera. We can take a closer look at the story and a closer look at the art, but I won't do any major spoilers. I'll just show you guys the hook. Anyway, without further ado, to the close-up camera. Alright, here we are inside the castle, taking a closer look at Door to Door, Night by Night. And let's go ahead and bring this closer to the camera. We can see the Nightfall logo in the corner, as well as number 1, $4.99. Yeah, $4.99 is on the upper end for individual comic prices. But that being said, they are not the big two. They're a smaller comic company, and they got to keep the lights on. Plus, this is a relatively ad-free experience. The only ads are at the end of the book, and they're just ads for the other books that this company puts out. So I have to say, yeah, it is steep, but it's new Cullen Bunn. I can't complain. We get a splash of the main characters there. All 6 of them. These 2 are your mains. And we get a bunch of mailboxes with these red stickers on them. More about them in a minute, but of course they get lost to shadow, and you get the title, a really cool little title with the doorbell in the center. Gotta push the button, I guess. And one thing I also like that they did is the back of the book. Barcode, Vault logo, but you also get the pitch for the book, you know, so you see a new book, you don't necessarily know what it's going to be about or if you're going to like it, but by putting a pitch on the back, you kind of get a little description and a little feel for what it might be. Plus, the darkened door is a good design that fits with the rest of the book as well. And on the inside page, we do get the credits, Cullen Bunn, Sally Cantirino, and all the extended credits with these mailboxes, which are a really cool design. Anyway, after that, let's go ahead and talk a little bit about the story. I'm not going to be doing any major spoilers, but I do want to show you guys a little bit of the story and give you a sense of what it's about. So, Door to Door, Night by Night. Vault Comics presents a Nightfall tale. But anyway, we get this car cruising along, and if we see in the top corner here, the year is 1987, and they pick up a hitchhiker. She gets in, and we're immediately struck by how many people are in the car and how different they are. So there's a total of, 5, 6 other people. And yeah, they all got different, backgrounds. And they start to talk, and she says, "Hey, who are you guys? What's up?" And you find out that they're a door-to-door sales team. They're going around and selling coupons. Basically, they're $10 coupons that the money will go to the local volunteer fire department, and you bring the coupon into the photograph place and you get a free portrait. So, sort of, selling for a charitable cause. And this guy, their boss, he talks about how he doesn't really care about resumes and stuff. What he wants is someone who's hungry, someone who's going to go out there, eagerly try to get a bunch of money, but then at the end of the day spend it all so that the next day they'll have to come back again, so someone that will be willing to work a whole bunch just, out of that sort of hunger there. So, of course, she goes with them, and she starts to sort of take up this job, and we get to find out a little bit more about the job, its ins and outs, and I do like they keep it realistic where it's not 100% evil, yet it's not really the perfect charity they set up. So, for example, he knocks and he gives a speech, and he's like, "Oh, we're just going door to door. You get the photo thing, and every penny goes to these people." And then they stick a little red dot on the mailbox so that they know they've been there, and that's sort of where that motif comes from. But we find out sort of what's really going on with them, and it turns out that not all the money goes to the firefighters, they keep half of it. So, yeah, kind of definitely lying right there. But the other thing is that the coupons, you get the coupon for the free portrait, but he says, oh yeah, you get in the photograph store and they're going to try to sell you a bunch of other pictures. So it's free for that one thing, but good luck getting out of there with just that one thing. So she does it. She's going door to door when she sees this mysterious rundown house and has a flashback to her and this kid. And that is going to trigger her, and they skip the house. Later on, as hinted at earlier, they're talking in a bar. She's getting on pretty well with this guy, and we find out little bits about their past. A former biology teacher, yet he doesn't seem that smart. A former priest, but he's an alcoholic now. And a former college student who says she'll go back when she gets money. But again, with their lifestyle, are any of them really gonna have any money left? So yeah, they all were something before, and now they're kind of just drifting. Well, after being at the bar for a little bit, the main girl will see another one of these missing posters. They've been peppered all throughout town, and there's something about them that the main girl just can't get out of her head. So after the bar, she sneaks off to go back to that house that gave her the triggering vision. She pulls out her crucifix and her knife, and her friends are going to secretly follow her into the house where, let's just say, something strange is going to happen. I don't want to spoil any more than that. But yeah, lots of interesting stuff with this plot here. And I didn't read any of the dialogue to you, but the characters do have a really realistic back and forth banter. They all are really interesting characters. And I do like, sort of, going door to door really is a method to sort of see this whole neighborhood and sort of explore this whole world. So of course, whenever there's something hidden in it that is triggering, someone looking for that might notice it. So it is really cool. I like the characters. I like the setting. That old school rural Americana stuff is pretty cool. And I do like that classic trope of the drifting protagonist there. So overall, I really did like this book. Really looking forward to the next one. And yeah, I definitely say check it out. Anyway, to everyone who's watched so far, thank you for watching. To everyone who's liked and subscribed, thank you. You really are helping the channel out. I'll leave a relevant playlist on the bottom. This should probably be my Cullen Bunn playlist. I've talked about a lot of his books. I've talked about the first volume of Harrow County. I've talked about The Unsound. That was really fun. I also did single issue reviews for his other new series, Shock Shop. So if you want to see me talk about more Cullen Bunn books, you can find them in this playlist down there. Anyway, have a good day. I'll see you guys again very, very soon. Cullen Bunn playlist on the bottom. Have a good day now.